Giants. 3 NFC East teams down, 1 to go. And I saw somebody in the chat said, take it easy on my Commanders. They've got a lot of moving parts, a lot of changes. But here is their number according to DraftKings, 6.5, the exact same as the Giants. The juice a little bit better at -130. They're coming off a 4-13 campaign. Good for dead last in the NFC East. They drafted the man on the screen right there, Jayden Daniels out of LSU. So, AB, I mean, the quarterbacks, you love LSU, but is that going to make you go to the over this time?
Jayden Daniels was a heck of a quarterback last year. He was arguably the best quarterback in the draft. Look, I'm going with the over, 100%. I'm feeling it on Washington. Not only, all right, do I like Jayden Daniels, even though he's a rookie, he's going to make mistakes. But understand, there's a brand new coaching staff in Washington as well, and brand new ownership and everything in Washington. And I like Dan Quinn coming from the Cowboys. They've got defensive players all over the board. If you played for Alabama or Georgia defensively, you play for the Washington Commanders because that entire defense is from the SEC. It's funny. They're going to be better than people give them credit for. And the division, look at it. All right. Yeah, you got the Cowboys, you got the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles kind of fell off last year. We'll see. But I'm not saying that the Commanders are going Super Bowl or bust, but they're going to be better than 6.5 wins.
All right. So that's 1 for the over, Charles. Where are you going?
Make that 2. I'm over 6.5 Commanders. Yeah, look at that division. They get the Giants twice. Plus, they always give the Eagles and the Cowboys fits, especially the Eagles. Then they play the Titans, Cardinals, Panthers, Bears. They can beat anyone in the NFC South as well. Plus, Dan Quinn knows this division, getting his second crack of being a head coach. So, yeah, sign me up. I think they can at least get to 7 wins. Commanders over 6.5.
And Dan Quinn came from where? That's right, the Dallas Cowboys, where he was I believe the highest paid assistant in the NFL, because that's something that Jerry Jones just likes to do. He did it with Jason Garrett, and he did it with Dan Quinn. Soupy, where are you headed?
I'm going with the under just because a rookie quarterback with a bad offensive line is a bad combination. They got Tyler Bradish from the Cowboys. He's a great center, so I like that. But his left tackle could be Cornelius Lucas, a longtime backup, Brandon Coleman, a rookie, or second-year Braden Daniels. I do not want those people guarding my blind side. And again, the secondary is a very young secondary. They got Mark Sarenstol, and they have Brandon St. Justy, a second-year player. So this was the worst secondary, allowed the most passing yards in the league last year. I don't think it's going to be that much better. The pass rush, still a great pass rush. I just don't think it's going to be enough because, again, they're facing a lot of teams that are great pass rushers. Some of the top QB pressure teams in the league last year. That is not going to be good. Jayden Daniels is going to be running a lot this year.
The one thing I do not want is a perennial backup guarding my top pick that I want to have as my quarterback for the next 10 years. AB, go.
Well, I like that his name is Braden Daniels and he's guarding Jayden Daniels.
That's so random, but I like it. Jared says 7-10 is reasonable. Raphael, do you think so?
I do, but I'm just glad that Soupy's on the same boat with me, so I'm not going against everyone on this one. But I do like the under in the Commanders. But the reason why I do like the under at plus money, plus 110, because this is a great middle spot. You're coming off your bye week. You have 4 games off your bye week. So depending on what's your win record right there, great middle spot because I have the plus money at 6.5. I want to hedge off and try to make more money on his total season wins or see how the team is playing. So plus 110 on a 6.5. I do think we'll probably see maybe 6-7 wins in this one. Don't forget, they only won 4 games last year, and that offensive line is horrendous. So I just picked this one because it's a great middle spot with a late bye week with only 4 weeks left.
All right, so we've got 2 and 2. And as you know, if you're brand new to DTL, I do not allow my guys to talk to each other before the show, so it doesn't affect their picks. Now, the prop pick, that could have been anything on the board. And once again, AB, you're bringing a unique play, and I'm here for it. Talk to me.
Braden Daniels, Jayden Daniels is equaling Jayden Daniels throwing for 400-plus yards in any game this season. Yes, a rookie quarterback with a rough offensive line generally equates to pretty tough games. Peyton Manning as a rookie set the interception record. All right. Now, I'm not putting that on my man Jay Daniels. What I am putting on is that he is going to show out in at least one game or more. And he's got weapons out there. He's got pieces. I'll take a shot that he has a 400-plus passing yard game. All we need is 1 out of 17, Coach. We can do that, right?
Well, you got to believe that, week 10, week 11, when he's comfortable and they're playing a bad team and it's like that late 425 game and it's 37-30, that could happen. That could happen. We've seen it so many times. And plus 400, I'll take that. All right, Soupy, big boy, coming over to you. What prop are you going with the Commanders?
When you have a run-first quarterback like Jayden Daniels is, he rushed for 1,000 yards last year at LSU. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket with this bad offensive line, and he's not going to think pass first. He's going to think, let me run, try to get some positive yardage. That's going to happen a lot this year. We're going to see occasional checkdowns to Austin Eckler. We're going to see passes to Zach Ertz. That's why I'm down on Terry McLaurin and John Dodson. But he is going to run a lot this year, enough to get well over 550 rushing yards. I think he even does that by November. That's how confident I am in this pick.
Wow, Raphael Soupy is throwing out some numbers today. By November. I better come to you because you had your thoughts about the last one. Your thoughts on this one?
It's a tough stretch. I'm not 100% sold on Jayden Daniels as an NFL quarterback like some people on this panel, but I could be wrong. I'm wrong many, many times. I've been married for 24 years. Ask my wife. This one, I was totally torn on what prop to use. I'm hearing Magic Johnson wants to get rid of the Commanders' name. I was going to pick that as a prop, but I'm going with the Commanders to win exactly 6 wins at 4-1 because I already talked about the Commanders are going to be one of those teams I'm looking to middle a lot on future plays. 6 wins plus 400 is a great spot. I've already talked about their bye week being late, having 4 games against the Saints, Eagles, Falcons, and Dallas. Who knows what that Dallas team is going to be like at the last game of the season. So I like this exact 6 wins at 4-1 because, again, they're going to be one of my big teams I'm looking for probably fading or going against to try to middle some of my futures.
And what makes this such a smart play is that if the under comes in, you're already cashing that. So this is a chance to have plus money and cash a specific. So you can double up. I like it. Very smart, Raphael, per the use. Did you have something, Soupy?
Yeah, I as I said with the Giants, the Commanders, they're playing a lot of teams with great pass rushing, top quarterback pressure percentage teams, including the Titans, who were the top last year. Everybody in the AFC North was top 10. They're also playing the Bears, who I believe were like 11th or 12th. So a lot of teams are going to be able to get through that weak offensive line. So Jayden Daniels is going to be on the run a lot this year.
And that played into which take?
My over 550 rushing yards. But just look for that a lot this year.
Oh, you didn't get it in the first time, so we got it in the second time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can I add one in?
Oh, of course you can. I mean, we're all doing it.
Let's go. Here's a trivia question. Can anyone name the offensive coordinator brand new for the Washington Commanders?
Well, I know it's not Eric Bieniemy because I was smart and I told you it would never work, and it didn't work.
The Cardinals former Cardinals head coach. I can't think of his name right
Cliff
now.
Kingsbury.
Cliff Kingsbury. He's in Washington now? I didn't even know that. Wow. Interesting. Wow, they're going to be throwing it a lot. He's throwing it a lot. See, that's a nugget I can sink my teeth into. See? Super, you can learn something from AB. You know what I mean? You can learn something from AB. Look over there. Bottom right corner. Just sitting there waiting to give us another cash ticket. Charles, where are we going?
Yeah, I'm going to, my man Jayden Daniels over 17.5 touchdowns. Kingsbury as well is going to be throwing, but I think they're going to set him up for success. Plus, he has some weapons: Scary Terry, Dotson, Little McCaffrey, Austin Eckler, the 2-headed backfield, Zach Ertz as well. So basically, we only need him to throw about a touchdown a game as well. Plus, I think they're going to have short fields with this defense. So, yeah, give me the over 17.5 touchdowns, Jayden Daniels.
Kevin Wall says, gonna have to bank $10,000 to play all these prop bets at the end of 24 days of football. AB, go.
Apologies for interrupting, but I think that this one is important. Okay, the number one thing that is most frustrating with playing, and we're not saying play every one of these every day. Pick and choose the ones that you like. But the most frustrating thing about playing futures, all right, is that your money's tied up, and you look at it in your book. over and over and over, and it'll just frustrate you, even if nothing's happening, right? It's just there. So a really good idea is that if you're going to start these futures, what you do is you sign up for a brand new book, use that, promo code, like everything they're going to give, and you use that book only for futures so that your normal standard book, it's not appearing and staring at you in the face every single day. It's almost like a checking account in this other book where you just use it for futures. So if that's something that frustrates you, because it did me too, that's how you alleviate that.
It is the most frustrating thing about betting futures, period, full stop, not close.